Okay, so for those uh, who haven't connected yet, we're just waiting for some people to come on. So in the meantime, I'm just going to get started. So the topic today, or the stream that I really wanted to talk about, was that um, is that everything is energy, and this kind of relates back to a lot of the um, hermetic principles that sort of govern the way that sort of governs the way that the universe actually works, and the way that these vibrational forces that are part of it
the way they actually interact. So for anything that you're experiencing in life right now is a direct reflection of how you interact with life itself. Because these are, these are all happening at the same time. It's not like you're only exclusively working with one and then not the other, and so on and so forth. So when you take, cause and effect, every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is, okay, well, am I living by cause or by effect? Meaning, am I blaming everybody else for the things that happen in my life, or am I just going with the flow and, not taking any initiative to consciously create? So it really depends on what side of the coin you're actually coming from. The law of correspondence, as above, so below. So, a big mistake that people make is they are looking outside for validation. And I mean, it can be found, but it's never a lasting, it's never a lasting thing, because you constantly have to be validated. And the thing about this is that despite the fact that that's the case, people spend their lives maintaining this illusory image, or this facade, if you will, of who they actually think they are. And the reason that they do it is because everybody else does it, because we don't really know as a collective how to do anything different. So, for example, when you see somebody doing something the way that you want, you may feel envious or jealous, or flat out like screw them, or kind of thing, depending on how much of a narcissist you are. I was actually just watching a documentary earlier on the Bouvier sisters. So this would have been Jacqueline and Carolyn Bouvier. So Jackie Bouvier, as she later became Jacqueline Kennedy. And it wasn't so much a rivalry, but it was more the lengths that the younger sister went to try and upstage her sister, because her sister was the favorite at home, was the one that daddy got the attention from, etc. So this creates a very a real split in her personality, where she almost literally became a narcissist and started doing all these things to someday win her father's affection. And it, from marrying people that she didn't love to, I mean, that was a lot of it, because that was really the only thing that she had at her disposal. So it was really, so you see you see to what lengths people will go to maintain this illusory sense of self, and the suffering that they endure along the way. And that's really the whole point. So, because there's two different ways that people have success. There's that way, like the forcing, conniving, desperate kind of way, which is horrible, because you do nothing but suffer. Like, literally, you are constantly feeling less than anything. You question your sense of self. You're always trying to compete for attention. You are judgmental. You are you have no self-esteem. You will do, you know what I mean? Or the other way, which is the way that Elura does it, is through alignment. And it's the complete contrary to living through the ego. And when we learn how to live this way, this means living out of time. This means living in congruence with these laws that I'm talking about. And it just has so much more of a profound effect on the quality of life that we have and our ability to create. So now the other thing is when we learn to live by our design. So not just by the way life is designed. It's kind of a two-pronged approach, because really, when you live by your own design, you end up living by the universe's design as well. And because you're living in coherence with your blueprint, you then by default you automatically start living by design of life itself, because the two are not separate. It's just a different aspect of the architecture of how life actually works. So we have our own unique blueprint, and we have the blueprint of life itself, which is, I mean, the way I learned it and the way I teach it is through these these different laws. So I'm not going to get into them in depth. You can find them on my website, eluracode.com, elura.com, and it's got all sorts of stuff on there. So yeah, I think that's about it.